Okay, talking about Chemat process here with the Chemat 150A AR coder in conjunction with the Ultra Optics Scratch Resistant Mini 2 coder system with UV cure. Anyway, so first thing we need to do is backside coat the lenses. Here's our job right here. So, in order to backside coat the lenses, first thing I like to do is take off the outside markings. So we'll go ahead and do that first here. Kind of tough to do this one-handed, but I'll attempt it. So we've taken off our outside markings here on both sides. And we'll take the first one here. Do a little inspection, make sure there's no marks or anything. And hit the chuck button here. Alright. Everything looks good with it, so we're going to go ahead and put it in the UV coat here. And start on our other lens here. And this thing cleans, so you don't have to do a whole lot. I'm just going to go over it again real quick here. And we're going to repeat the process on this side. Now this one's done. Okay, now for the fun part. We get to do the table buffer. I'm going to see if I can well, I don't have a lot of good places here to set. Let's see here. Okay. So, when we do this, we when we do the bench buffer here, we go ahead and coat both sides here. And what we're doing here is roughing up the surface just enough. You can kind of feel it once you take that outer coating off. You gotta add some water here, so I need both hands to do that. Sorry. So just continuing to buff. And you really don't want to skimp on this whole process because buffing, well, if it's not buffed right, you won't get a good adhesion with the AR coating, and it'll come out looking all blotchy and like it didn't work right. So normally I think the inside, the convex portion of the lens is the more difficult one to do. So because of that, I normally try to spend a little longer with the convex portion. Also, another thing that's worth mentioning when you pour the paste onto the lens here, when you pour the paste on, it tends to spread really good when it's done. It spreads across. So what you're wanting to do is get rid of any hydrophobic properties on the surfaces of the lens. So keep buffing. Like I said, you don't want to skimp on the buffing. It's very important. Might even go so far as to say it's one of the most important things in the way of prep work. Add a little more. Now, some lenses don't have a front side hard coat, in which case you would want to coat both sides of the lens. Okay, now it feels like we're just about done here. So now at this point, I like to come over here and use scrubbing bubbles and just rinse it off, you know, and I'll set this down while I do that. Okay, now with the lens pretty well dried off, we're going to just continue drying it. Now it's very important that you don't have any debris on the lens, you know, before you put it into the coater, just because you'll get these little V markings in the AR coating that are no good. If you see those, it's just because you maybe used a regular Kleenex with dust on it, or maybe you weren't wearing your latex gloves. Latex gloves are very important to keep debris off. And one thing I'll also do is just bring it over here to some air and give it another little blast, you know, so that there's absolutely nothing on the lens, and we're sure of it. Okay, now we're ready to do an AR coat. So I normally do the convex portion of the lens first. So we go start coating. Let's go to start coating here. And we do the convex side. Now, this guy goes for 6 minutes. We're right at about optimum temperature. It's nice because it says it's green right now. It'll be red when it's done. You know, it's a relatively quiet spinning process. Takes about 6 minutes. After it's done on that side, we'll bring it over here to our heater. And you can see there where I have one that's coating on both sides right now. Still has another 20 minutes left on the back side before that's completely coated. But they look real nice. I mean, you can see, I mean, it is as close to a vacuum coat as you can get, you know, as far as AR coating goes. You know, but this is what a lens looks like when it's coated with Chemat front and back. I mean, just a beautiful AR coating. Just beautiful. It's ready for edging. Makes it very difficult to see the tiny little dots, you know, that you have to use for edging and alignment. But that in a nutshell, that's it. Outputs about eight pairs of lenses a day. You can double that by using a front side anti-reflective coating and a backside Chemat AR, and that's a front side vacuum coat. So that's all we've got for right now, and good process. Like being able to do it here in our little lab here. So thanks for watching.